Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to the show and welcome to David's Kitchen, where technology merges with convenience. Yeah, we've got there you go. I'm holding the camera. Yeah, you see that? Well, welcome. Yeah. Hi. Let's make sure my settings are right. Yep, we are up and running. I think Sarah leaves the audio set for that camera. It is good. Okay, we should be in like Flint. I'm David John Sponheim. Hello, welcome to David's Kitchen. Yeah, now I get to go into the websites and you get to look at dinner. We got two beautiful Mary's chickens here. Free range, vegetarian diet, no preservatives, no antibiotics, never, no hormones. And we're going to be doing, quite a bit of cooking here. So I'm going to get started right away. But first, a word from our sponsor. I'm just kidding. No, actually, I'm going to be giving you guys updates by the minute as we go along. It's later in the chat show. And I'm also going to open up Periscope. Get that going right away, which is important. Opening up the chat show. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to be cooking with some chicken sausages today as the basis for our stuffing. And what I'm going to do is get some bread going right away. Hey, everybody. Yeah. Let's get the Periscope show going rapidly here. ATP show technology. I'll take it. Cooking. ATP show technology. I'll take it. Cooking. ATP show technology. I'll take it. Cooking. Okay, and then we're going to go to the date, which is the 24th. Right, Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. Hello. I realize you're back there. You can't hear me as well, but we're up and running. Here, let's go live. Okay. Right now, David, did you know that NORAD is tracking Santa? We're up and running. Here, let's go live. Yeah, I don't think Santa made it out. No, Santa was in lockdown, man. You didn't know? Yeah, Santa's in lockdown. They had to detain him in New York. Andrew Cuomo is insisting he stay in a hotel with bag people. Just like anybody who travels to New York will have to stay for, I think it's 14 days. It might have been reduced to 10 based on Andrew Cuomo's discretion. Okay, so this is organic great seed bread here that I get. And I'm going to throw, today I'm stuffing two chickens, so I'm going to throw at least, no, I'm sorry, no mod privilege for you, man. I'm going to throw at least 5 pieces of toast in here. Okay, no, make it 4. I really can't, yeah. Okay, so we're going to get started by cooking in the toaster. We're going to plug it in. And that's the first stage in the cooking process. We'll make sure it gets nice and toasted. Then, yeah, this is quite a meal, actually. To make it in a short period of time is going to be a challenge and a half. All Tom wants for Christmas is his mod privilege. Yeah, no. We happen to know that Tom, his name is Chet Kelly, and we know that Tom has been trolling our show for the past 7 years. Now, I'm keeping track of him, so I can't make him a mod. I'm sorry. And you wouldn't want to be a mod. I mean, look what happened to the last guy that became a mod and then didn't want it. And he was a mod for like a week, and then we just banned him. We banned him. He actually got my entire show taken down about 2 weeks ago. You know that, right? How many of you have downloaded the last video just to look at my feet? Press 1. Okay, good. I'll wait for an answer. And I can't respond to any of you over at iBlog or DLive, so bear with me. This is just a process. Here, let me get the onion. All right. So we're going to prep a front grill here. I'm going to put this on low, level 3. Yeah, we're going to be cooking the entire meal in this big container here, or at least the portion that's stuffed. The stuffed chicken will be going in here. We've got, again, 2 chickens. I got them on sale, so they were like $5 each. So $5.35 minus 30%. So I got the 2 chickens for about $7.50. Right, and the potatoes are nominal. We're going to use about 5 potatoes here. 50 cents for the potatoes. I mean, I got the whole bag for $1.29. And these are non-GMO too. I had to actually look for it. See that? Non-GMO. Yeah, try to get the non-GMO potatoes because if you see get it. Thank you. You're Jewish now. Congratulations. Yeah. All right, so we're going to move the toast over to dry. I'm going to put a couple more in there. Okay. And I'm going to get my chopping block. Okay. All right. Now with the onion, you want to make that, we're going to glaze an onion in that pan I just turned on. And I get organic onions whenever possible because they are superior. And onions are a root crop, so you really have to, they could soak up pesticides pretty easily. So, and same with the celery. I try to get organic celery when I can. I'm going to be pulling 2 stalks of celery out for this meal and 1 large onion. All right. Okay, there's going to be some onion in the bean dish, so I'm going to go ahead and just use the small onion for the bean dish and this onion for the stuffing. Now, I did pick up some garden parsley. You can replace that with parsley you might find in the store. I think I even have some dried parsley here. If you want to use that, you can use that too. But I haven't used that because I grow my own. All right, so we're going to, the toast is going very well. There's a tendency to kind of like when making a meal is to stand around and talk, and a lot of people like to just drink when they're making a meal. And it's been a lot of people have been consuming alcohol during their meal. Hey, it's okay as long as you factor in 2 more hours production. As you know, I don't drink, but people are accusing me now of eating my vodka, because I've got this vodka puree. It's a liqueur I'm making for the holidays. And it's pretty much ready. I can decant it. You remember the pear situation. Okay, we're going to go ahead and let those dry right there. Yeah, the pear situation, we had a lot of pears. And always keep your fingers down when cutting, if you can. Don't put them underneath the knife. That's a bad thing. And I take it right down to the nubbins there. We're gonna put a little bit of oil in here for you. Some of you, before this whole COVID thing, some of you were actually laughing at the way I was holding the atomizer. And now that they've made the orgasm illegal, you know that it's illegal now, right? You're not allowed to actually fantasize about anything. It's a thought crime. Hear the sizzle, that's good. Goes right in the pan, you got that going. Today we're going to be using 4 older mushrooms here. They're waiting. They're still good. They're perfectly fine, you know. When they get really brown, you don't want to eat them. Okay, so we're going to get that going with the mushrooms and the sausages. Okay, let's go ahead and cut those up. You guys are doing so well with chat. I'm amazed. Good job. I like to put them down like this, straight up, and just kind of like cut them together, you know. The length of the knife. It's very simple. All right. Now, mushrooms are the essential component of the bean dish, so I'm going to save those for later. Celery goes with the onion, so I'm going to grab a couple of stalks of celery. Got organic celery here. Whenever you pull a celery out, put a little water in it. So just kind of put a little water in it. It keeps it rehydrated, and give it a twist so it doesn't dehydrate in the bag. See that? That way you'll get more mileage out of your celery. All right, let's get that cut up and in with the onions. What the heck? Okay. All right. I cut the ends off of these things, so you don't want to eat the ends. But everything else is edible. I cut them in chunks like that, and then I just take them like this and go like that. Bunch them together. No more than 1/4 of an inch because they got to cook right now on the pan. Okay, we'll put that in the pan. Now the next ingredient is, I have a bunch of sage, so I'm going to throw some sage in there. Good stuff. Yeah, about a tablespoon of sage. And make sure there's no spindles in there, so you have to pull out any spindles. Otherwise, people will be eating spindles in their meal. I make my own sage. I'm a wild herb crafter, so there we go. All right. I'm going to put the mushrooms in a separate container. Oh, I can really smell that sage. It's wonderful. Okay, I'm going to cover the pan. And the mushrooms I got for $2. So we're up to $9 so far. And 2 slices of bread. But I haven't added the mushroom soup or the beans. So because I have 2 chickens, if you cut back to 1 chicken, you know, a large chicken, you might save some money. So I'm going to have to go up to $10 for 1. I have to change that nomenclature here. So thank you. Yeah, my bad. It actually says 10 on it, but only 1 was seen. So I'm going to go to $12 for this meal. I didn't want to, but Yeah, it's just necessary. All right, thank you. Right, everybody gets a leg and a little bit of white meat and a thigh. Some people get a thigh, some people get a leg, some people get white meat, and some people just eat the carcass. All right. Now, I've never done this without broth before, so I'm doing this with chicken sausages. I'm going to cut the chicken sausages in nice little pieces. They're still frozen, actually. They're just slightly thawed. And I'm not cutting them on a breadboard because if you cut them on a breadboard, they'll, cause bacteria to develop on the breadboard. And you don't want to put your fingers underneath the knife if you do it. It'll take your finger off, especially the way I sharpen my knives now. This was just sharpened. And I would use the other knife, but this is so much more easy to use for a quick meal. Yeah, the Damascus knives are outstanding for cutting meat, I'm telling you. They really work great. If you're cutting, but sausage is such a soft meat, you don't have to worry about it. Okay, that goes right in the entire thing. Throw it right in there and keep it at level 3. And what you're going to try to do is get a glaze going with the, right. You're going to get a glaze going with the onions and the celery. Did you notice that Mark has gotten rid of the auto scroll in this? What's his deal? I mean, why would someone get rid of auto scroll? Any ideas? I don't. He's never been banned, and he was the reason why my show got shut down. So, yeah, I never banned him at our show. Once we opened up our new channel, I never banned misanthropy. All right, so the bread, what you want to do is cut it in. I'm going to try a saw blade this time. I guess I'm not going to try a saw blade. I thought I had a saw blade in here. Okay, I guess I'm going to use that same knife. I'll use this knife. Let's see if it works. Because I'm making my own stuffing mix, which normally involves croutons, right? Well, this is just toast, but it's way more efficient at giving you a good quality product than the white bread. And this is a whole grain product, so it's organic, non-GMO, so it's not like white bread stuffing. And it doesn't have anywhere near the amount of salt that white bread stuffing has. Now, I have nothing against white bread. As you all know, I grew up on Wonder Bread. Most white people did. But unless you're a corn pop, y'all don't know what good bread is until you try the white bread. No, actually, I got away from Wonder Bread when I was 10 years old. I asked my mother, why are we eating Wonder Bread? Well, it's just the easiest thing to put in the toaster. It's like, well, what about whole wheat? And I think I was 10 years old at the time. Well, that's getting to be a big plate, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just going to cut it sideways. This is working out okay, man. So if I slip into an alternative dialogue, it's because I had a multicultural upbringing in Los Angeles, California. Yeah, I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. I just, I had a lot of people around me when I grew up, and some of them talk like that, So, I mean, you kind of model yourself after the people around you, I think. Don't you talk like the people around you? Like if you're from the state of Maine, you have sort of an accent like this. Oh, sure. I went down to the cemetery and I got Lyme's disease. Man, I heard that Lyme's disease is so rampant on the East Coast that I'm almost wondering if it's not the flu shot. I'm serious. They're saying Lyme's disease may be a result of the flu shot. Everyone thinks they got a tick, but maybe they just had the flu shot. Okay, let's go ahead and mix this up. All right. All right, this dish in the back is going to require a pan to be heated up. I'm just moving the sausages around so they cook into the vegetables. This pan back here is going to need a level 3 as well. So turning on the rear, going to level 3. Now today I will be using cream of mushroom soup, which I got for $1 today at Walmart. So that's a pretty good deal. Yeah, so if you find that the cream of mushroom, it does have a little monosodium glutamate in it, but we talked about this last week. We're not going to have any major deals with monosodium glutamate now that we're in the new normal. Remember we talked about this, Tom? It's not Jim Neighbors. Jim Neighbors is golly, J Sarge. That's Jim Neighbors, yeah. No, I was not. No, in fact, I'm not trying to be a poor white black kid. You know, like Steve Martin was. Excuse me. But no, seriously, I think the important thing is to just live in your own feet. And pretty much tend to your soul. That means pretty good salve you got to put on the soles of your feet. So, yeah, if you're one of those people that, as you get older, if you don't take care of your feet, you may very well lose your soul. Okay, we're going to get that up to a level 3. And we're going to put beans in there with onions and mushrooms. You should have told me my refrigerator's open, okay? I'm wasting energy. Okay, I think I've got a container of beans here, yeah. Organic beans. Now you can replace this with a $1.50 can of French beans. But, yeah. I'm going to throw these in there straight out of the bag. Being it's organic, I probably will, rinse it off a little bit, even though it's hand-picked. But you never know. The people that, were picking this in the organic fields they may have been COVID positive, so you never know. They might have had snot on it or something. It doesn't say no snot on the package, Organic, non-GMO, but no snot. I think this is even kosher, but again, no verification that there's not snot on here. COVID plumes. All right, that should do me. I'll save enough for another meal. This bag was amazingly cheap, too. I bought it on sale. So we're going to go ahead and rinse this off, make sure there's no COVID snot on here. You just love my use of words. Okay, we'll let that drain in the sink. Okay, now with this, once you get the vegetables cooked on the stove, then you can add water to it. Yeah, just put a little bit of water in it, about a cup, and take that up to a boil. So you're glazing the vegetables initially, and then you're putting water in and taking it up to a boil, and then you're turning it off, and then you're going to put it into the stuffing. Now, when we stuff these birds, we're going to put them in this pan right here and cook them at 350 degrees for an hour and a half with a cover on it. Yeah, normally you wouldn't take that long for a chicken, but because it has stuffing, it takes a little extra long. Yeah, well, if the chicken has giblets in it, I'd put it in. Let's just open these chickens and see what we got. And don't touch the rag, whatever you do. That's off limits during cooking. Yeah, so one of these chickens could cost you like $4, $4 or $5, but whatever. Survey said. You're right about the giblets, though. If they're inside, I stand corrected. I don't know if Mary keeps her giblets inside. We'll find out soon enough. Nope, we got a nice little empty cavity in there. I'm not going to push more than 3 or 4 fingers in there. I don't think I can put my whole fist in there. You're having some fun, aren't you? Remember when you used to have sex a long time ago? I know, before COVID, before it became illegal. I know. Well, you know, the Department of Health in Pennsylvania, the transgender that runs the Department of Health, she said that, yeah, she said that if you do have an orgy, you need to wear gloves. I doubt anyone's had an orgy with she, you know? I doubt she's ever had an orgy. I think it was more like wishful thinking, you know? I know. Sir Jimmy Savile says, my penis has never been... Jimmy, we've talked about this before. You know you're dead. Poor Jimmy doesn't realize he's dead. So these are almost like a little larger than a game hen, you know? All right, so that's nice and clean. We'll get the bags cleaned out. I'll take the completely wasteful styrofoam, which I can't recycle, and put it and put all my bags and crap in here. What a waste, you know? What a terrible waste. What the world needs now is more recycling. Oh, I touched the terrible, ugly rag. Let me get the paper towel. Survey said. Okay, so use a paper towel. It's much safer than a rag. Merry Crisis. Yes, and Happy New Fear. Great. Yeah, a lot of you are enjoying that. Okay, we're going to take a nice little stainless steel pan here, and I'm going to put the simply cut toasted organic whole grain 24 grain whatever. Now that pan in the back is already nice and warm, so I'm going to put some more oil on there. Okay, we've come to a boil on the front here. Once you reach a boil, you can kind of let it simmer. So I'm going to put it on melt and let it simmer while I cook the other meal. And on the back here is going to be the... Okay. If at first... You know, I'm going to cut with the old Cutco now since I can't find the other one. Where did it go? Oh, wait. Moving forward. It must be somewhere. Oh, it's in the sink. There it is. All right. I'm going to chop up this onion right here. See how I keep them together? I hold them together when I cut it, so otherwise they'll fly all over the place. Okay, I'm going to throw those onions right in that pan that's nice and hot over there. This is the bean dish. Throw it in there and then throw the beans in. Move them around. I'm going to spread the top too so they have a little more oil on them. And I use safflower oil whenever I cook. I'm going to turn it up to level 6 in the back there. So what I want to do is kind of like grill those onions and mushrooms fairly quickly. And then I'm going to throw the frozen beans on top of them once I got a little grill going on. All right? Yes. Okay. This goes back in the freezer for another meal. Is everybody said? Okay. Okay, you probably remember when I was cooking with these before, right? Well, it just so happens I have enough for the topping on my my bean dish, so this is included in the deal. You try to get these on sale for about $2. They usually go on sale during the holidays. So, all right. Now I think because this is a special dish, I'm going to infuse some garlic in here in the chicken. So I'm going to take a few cloves of garlic right here, and I'm going to go ahead and throw away the wrappers. And I'm going to put them in the chicken. Anytime you touch the compost heap, of course, you have to rinse your hands off. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and press down on these things. And I just do a firm little hit with the knife there. That's why I love this French curl knife. It's fantastic. Okay, I think one of these cloves can go in the stuffing itself. And the other two can be injected into the chickens, in the breast meat. Okay. All right. Okay, so I get a knife that's fairly sharp, that has a point on it, like this. See that? And make a couple slices down the middle. Okay. Bring the chicken forward. Okay, just got to put a knife right in the chicken like that. See that? And then slip right next to the knife. You want to go right next to it with the hard clove. And there's one nice big clove in one of those chickens. Yeah, now if you don't press on it, you'll have more clove to work with. I kind of pressed on it. So I'm going to go grab another clove. Because, frankly, yeah, I shouldn't have pressed on it when I'm... So I'm just going to take those right there and put those in the stuffing mix right now. Just put them in the water. A little garlic flavor really goes a long way. Okay. You can pretty much turn the front thing down. Okay, this is going to require 2 eggs. All right. Okay. I'm going to get to the eggs in just a second. That's cooking very nicely. So once this gets to a certain level of steam, yeah, see, I'm just kind of like glazing the mushrooms, and they're pretty much ready at level 6. Now I'm going to throw in the beans, and they've been pre-washed right out of the freezer. But again, you can use canned beans. Look at that. Get in there. Get in there. Okay, that should cook down really quickly. Meanwhile, I'm going to get 2 more cloves of garlic and do it the right way. I'm going to pull this right off the top. Yeah, the crushing method is not exactly good for making these things injectable. No, we're not going to vaccinate the chicken. They don't consent. They have not consented to vaccination, so they will be skewered with garlic, though. And garlic is not a nanoparticle filled with aborted fetal cells, so that's the good thing about it. You know, we're just going to put a couple more cloves in there. Okay. Another injection there. Another injection here. I got a kick at all these people say, "Oh, my relative works in the medical field and they just got their shots." No, they just lied about getting their shots. I bet you could get your relatives to say anything if you give them money. I'm serious. So there's a going trend now to lie about getting your shot so that everyone has a false sense of assurance that, oh, healthcare, it's good. Everyone should know that the shot's safe. We're not going to get them because we don't want to have any adverse reaction. Yeah, right. And deceive the entire world? Nice. Nice. Okay, I'm going to put in one more in the thigh region. But I'm running out of time, so we're going to get started with the stuffing. Okay, so this pan that's full of moisture and whatnot, pour that right in there, right in on top of the bread. All right. Now I'm going to take a handful of parsley. And again, you can use a shaker top, but this is from the garden, and I just compress it down like this. You're almost going to see my toes if I keep this up. There you go, Dave. Get the other stuff out of the way. And just give it a nice tight little mix there. Kind of mince it. Yeah, parsley's really kind of dainty and fragile. Okay, just throw that in the stuffing. Like so. Okay. Looking good. Now take your 2 eggs and go right on top. 1 and 2. You know, I've been getting eggs for $1 a dozen. It's a great savings. If you find a great egg provider, you know, I don't recommend eating a lot of eggs. It can be a little bit overwhelming. Yeah, it's just a little too much. 5 eggs a week, they say, for men. That's max, you know. Well, you know, and I'm not really against eggs. Now you want to mix all this up so it knits together. There you go. Perfect. All right. Now, if you want, you can throw some sweetness in here. So what I have is I have some pear sauce, as you know, and I need to eat it up. So let me smell. Yeah, you can't even smell hardly any vodka in it. So I'm going to put a little in there. Any type of a fruit sugar of any kind. But ideally apples are good in there. Some people put walnuts in here, like walnut pieces. There you go. That should give it a unique taste. A little sweet, a little bit of sausage. And you can even put peppers in here if you so desire. So, okay, so we're going to stuff these chickens. Let's turn these chickens around. Survey said. We're going to go ahead and put them right inside the chicken with a big spoon. Boom, boom, boom. Right in there. Press it in. Some people say you need to leave a little room in there for breathing, you know, for air. I don't bother with that. Okay, we're going to do it to the second chicken now. And again, this doesn't require 2 chickens. You can replace the chickens with turkey, you know. You don't have to worry about this chicken thing. Okay. All right. And it looks like I have enough for a little bit of a second dish. So you can only fit so much in there. So what I'm going to do is get a second dish. You know, my mother was a really good cook, and she had so many dishes when she passed away. We had to actually get rid of 50% of them. The whole house was filled with dishes. Okay, so I can just put this in the bottom of a heat resistant dish, and just like that, and it'll make a nice stuffing in the oven. But you have to pull it out early. So I'm going to go ahead and top it off with a little bit of tin foil so it doesn't get too dry. Then I'm going to start my oven at level 350. Okay. So starting the oven, I'm going to pull everything out of it. There we go. All right. Now the beans are really getting ready. I'm going to go ahead and lift the cover on the beans first. Starting the oven at 350. And there's a preheating period where it goes through heating. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lift the beans and kind of spread them around there and mix them all up. Now, the bean casserole traditionally does not require any seasoning at all except for the mushroom soup. And what I do is I throw a little of the onions, these things in there in the middle. But I want to leave enough for the topper, so I want to leave at least that much for the topper. This is stovetop stuffing, or stovetop bean dish, as opposed to the baking variety. Okay, and then we're going to throw the cream of mushroom soup on top of the bean dish. Just kind of pull it out of the can and put it right on top. And turn this thing down to level 3. Initially you were at level 6. And turn it down to level 3, and I'm going to put some water in the can. Or milk. Actually, let's do a little milk. I agree. Okay. So this is this is Technology Thursday. It's also Christmas Eve, and I really enjoy cooking, so it's not a big deal for me to do this. Although, if you have no practice at all making anything or cooking, and you want to do a TV show, don't try to do what I'm doing. It's super frustrating if you don't have it all dialed in. Tom, really, seriously, I mean, come on, stop complaining about this. No, I'm not going to let you complain about the MSG, man. Okay. All right, put that right on top. Beautiful. I think I got most of it. Now, yes, you could put an egg if you want. I don't recommend an egg, though. Not if you really want to make a traditional dish. Okay, so what you want to do is simmer that with the beans and the mushrooms and the onions. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that right there. Kind of make sure it's all positioned properly. Cover it up and turn it on to a low thing. Like level 3 is a little too high. Take it to a low. All right, whoopsie. Oh, see, you almost saw my feet there. I see that. All right. Now this is helpful because it gives you a little lift. So there'll be a layer of oil at the bottom when you cook the chicken. Now you can cover the chickens with a little bit of powder. I'm going to put a little garlic powder on the chickens and a little bit of coriander. Pepper's fine too. So it's a little coriander. You can put a little sage on it, but it's not going to make a big difference unless it's really ground sage. Garlic is going to be good for the skin. A lot of people like to eat the skin. Okay, and a little pepper. I think I've got the end of a pepper container I got to eat up. There we go. There we go. Coming to the end of that pepper. Right on. Okay, so all you have to do really is put them in the container. So we're going to take these chickens and put them right here. Let's go ahead and put one at a time. Breast side up. There's one. And the chicken sausage should be really an interesting taste. And then I put the other one in there. Kind of the opposite way, so they. And yes, you can. At this point, you can suture the end of the chicken. So let me take a couple of metal pieces. It looks fantastic. Yes, thank you, Hummingbird. I hope you got your meds. You really had a problem with your meds, and I hope you got them. Yeah. Did you get them? She's been suffering from so much pain. All right. Darth saw that? Okay. So you can take, yeah, we'll put a little of the chicken juice on there. Yeah, you can take the end piece and kind of suture it over here. Go in through one and then through the other. And then give it a little twist and go down with it. Right in, kind of skewer it. See how it seals nice and tight? Okay. Do the same with the other one. You can twist them around. You just go through one flap on one side and through the other flap on the other side. And then twist it straight down into the pan. Without pushing the stuffing out, and then right into that little ball if you want. That'll hold on to it. All right, we're good. Okay, everybody. Okay, the oven is already hot. You don't have to do anything more with this. This is ready to go. Except for one thing. Missed it by that much. Introducing baked potatoes. The cheapest thing on the menu. I'm going to rinse those baked potatoes off a little bit because they are non-GMO, but you don't know if they're organic. They're not organic, so you don't know what they've been using on these things. But for $1.29 a bag, man, how could you lose? I think it was like 5 pounds. Let's see how much it was. Yeah, 5 pounds for $1.29. Okay, what I like to do is take a little bit of oil and spray the outside of the, just a little bit on the top. And that'll go down into the, that'll float down into the dish. So I'm going to cut these in half, the big ones, and leave the small one. All right. Okay, we're going to put those in next to the chicken. And at 350, it should be no problem cooking. Right. I think I'm going to cut that other one too. All right. So we're pretty much full. And we're going to go ahead and put that in the oven. That oven's hot. And I'm going to put the stuffing next to it from the pan. All right. Now the bean dish is one of those meals that you can like leave on warm. And what I'm going to do is a stovetop version of this could go in the baking oven, but I'm going to put the stovetop, I'm going to leave it on warm, and I'm just going to top it with the onion rings. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, just let it set up on the stove and just cover it all with onion rings. Nice and, yeah, and then you can pretty much turn it off and reheat it when you're ready to eat. So I'm going to actually turn that off and reheat it when I'm ready to eat. Yeah, that's a number 5. I can't recycle it. My recycling company doesn't take number 5s. No, I don't need coal. I'm good. Santa can continue COVID spacing in New York where, I don't know, I think Santa could die because Andrew Cuomo puts COVID positive people in nursing homes. Like a lot of states, because Dr. Fauci ordered COVID positive people to go to nursing homes, which means that Dr. Fauci's been killing people. And nobody in our government seems to have the brains to confront this. I'm the only person who really stresses how stupid it is to put COVID positive people in nursing homes. Okay, we're good to go. Yep, it's on. It's ready to go. It's cooking at 350. I'm going to set a timer for an hour and a half. So at 6:30 we should be good to go. Or no, excuse me. At 7:30 we should be ready to eat. So, whoa, nice ceiling, huh? So this is it for me. David's Kitchen signing off. Thank you for letting me cook for you, and enjoy. I'll be back in the other room in 2 minutes. So hang in there. Signing off for a great cooking show. Take care.